Hello there, welcome to this week's weekly weight loss vlog. It's Monday again. How can it be Monday again? We are over halfway through September. It's flying, isn't it? It is absolutely flying. We say it all the time, but yeah, time just disappears when you're having fun. Hopefully you're going to have some fun watching this vlog, who knows? Yeah, what are we on? 16th of September, so we're on the 9th to the 15th of September on this vlog. And we've been back this week, or last week, backtracking the old calories properly. So I've had a couple of weeks of food freedom. We, 2-3 weeks ago, I don't know, last week of August. It would it? Yeah, going in September. What did I do? Yeah, I had a maintenance week, which I tracked, shown you that. Last week, well, not last week, the week before, I had a track for 3 days and then went to Edinburgh for a weekend. So basically, I've had 2 weeks of food freedom. So last week was first week back into that calorie deficit, backtracking, back sticking to my average, usual thing, really. There's no check-in. I'm checking in Friday coming up because the Boss Your Weight Loss Challenge starts today. But for me, so I have 2 start dates for the Boss Your Weight Loss Challenge. One's today, so good luck to everyone that's watching this that started today. And then next week, which is when I'm going to start. So I'm going to weigh it on Friday. That's going to be my pre-challenge check-in. And then what we'll see. Get it together, Neil. Put your teeth in. We will see what we achieve over 12 weeks. But yeah, back in the calorie deficit. And when you have a bit of freedom, and it's very rare I have 2 weeks of freedom in a row. And although I track to a maintenance, it is obviously consuming quite a few more calories than I would do normally. And then obviously the week we went to Edinburgh for the weekend consumed. I was thinking about this. I did mention this on a live last week. I'm going to guesstimate. It is a guesstimate because I didn't track, obviously. I had about 28,000 calories that week. Just looking at what I was doing each day and food I was having. So I'm going to say 28,000 calories. It might have been more, but I'm going to go 28,000 calories, which would put me in about a 5,000 calorie surplus, which would equal just over a pound of body fat. Now, last week, that pound of body fat that I gained should have gone because I did stick to my ideal deficit. I'll talk about that a bit more shortly. But the big thing about last week, and I knew it was going to happen, and I was a bit of a cocky person. I'll say person. I'll be polite about myself. I'll try not to swear because maybe YouTube might know that. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I was a bit of a cocky so-and-so last Tuesday morning on my live. Well, first day backtracking, Monday it was a doddle, stuck to this, it was great, it was easy. Yeah, what tends to happen after 2 weeks of food freedom, the hunger does hit. And it's mainly psychological. It's just kind of your body's used to this, you're trying to give it this. And yeah, the hunger did hit from Tuesday afternoon onwards. And do you know what? I struggled all week. I'm not going to lie. It was flipping tough last week. Yeah, the hunger sort of hit Tuesday, and I honestly felt like I could eat the world. Cravings all over the show. And it didn't really subside Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, that was from Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It really didn't. Obviously, this weekend, I banked calories, which gave me a lot more calorie freedom for the week, or a good bit more calorie freedom for the weekend, but we're still struggling this weekend. And I think I just needed to get the week out of the way. Again, I eat a good amount of calories, and I tend to try and make those calories, certainly during the week. Volume's always really important. Lots of protein, lots of fiber, and volume. Anyway, I'm saying now do you know what I did? I put all my tips and tricks into play last week to help me control. But I don't know if I did, and we'll find out because I'm going to go through. I'll go through everything very, very shortly. But anyway, yeah, I did struggle last week, but I stuck to it. Let's get those calories up on the screen, left or right. I don't know what I'm pointing to. Probably this side, I think. Is it? No idea. Yeah, here we go. So these are my weekly calories. So yeah, I was 336 calories within my ideal deficit. So at the end of the week, I've done all right, actually. I have done all right, even though I struggled. And it is just a struggle, just grit my teeth and got through it. 2,135 calories consumed on Monday. And changed my calories back. If you've watched the last couple, I had 3,250 a day. So we're back to that 2,750 a day. I nearly went 2,500. I'm glad I didn't. And I never ever mess with calories. And I've just, because 2 weeks on Saturday, we're off to Benidorm for 5 nights. Just a last little blast of sun. We always do it every October. We always have a last little blast of sun. The last 3 years, it's been Benidorm. It's one of my favourite places to go to. And I go in between my check-ins. So clients check in on a Friday, so on Saturday morning. I'll be back Thursday afternoon, ready for client check-ins on the next Friday. And I was like, should I do 2,500 from now to Benidorm? And I'm like, no, you tell your clients not to restrict yourself. Why are you doing it? And things like that do creep into my head every now and then. But I snap out of it very, very quickly. And I'm glad I did, because there's no way I'd have stuck to 2,500 last week. That is restrictive for me for the amount of moving the size I am. Anyway, so yeah, 2,135 Monday, 2,407 Tuesday, 2,205 Wednesday, 2,373 Thursday, and 2,480 on Friday. So quite an even sort of split. I had a few more Friday, I suppose. Maybe a few more. No, it's quite an even sort of trend over the week. And then Saturday, 3,712, and yesterday, 3,600. So not too bad over the weekend either, but no alcohol. That is one change I have made until going to Benidorm. My next beer will be in Benidorm, and I'm going to stick to that. No airport beer, Neil. No. We fly at 6 a.m. So don't get me wrong, I've said this quite a bit. I think this is me trying to convince myself. When I do a lot of these vlogs, I think I'm like talking to myself, trying to convince myself, no, Neil, you're not going to have a beer in the airport. No, Neil, you're not going to have a beer on the plane. And trust me, I love a beer in the airport. It's one of the best beers there is. You know, we have a rating of beer, or drinks, and the airport beer for me is the top tier beer. I don't mean the type of beer, I mean the situation of having a beer, like lying by the pool all day, or lying by the pool all day, having a little siesta. When you get in from the pool, you have your Fanta Lemon and your bag of Lays. Then you might go and have a little siesta, maybe an hour, a bit of a chill. Then you're going to have a shower and get ready. And then, because I'm ready in 5 minutes, and Rachel's actually not too bad, but she takes a bit longer than me. When Rachel's getting ready, I'll jump in the shower first. I'll have that balcony beer. That's a top tier beer. Yeah, airport beer's number one. Balcony beer, probably number two. The shower beer, when you're getting ready for a bit of a night out or a bit of a day out, having a beer, you know, in and around, getting ready at home, great beer. Similar, I suppose, to the balcony beer. What other good beers are there? Friday night beer. If you had a tough week at work, nip to the pub, have a cheeky pint. That first beer, top tier beer. Anyway, we're not getting into rating beers. We're talking about weight loss weeks, Neil, and you're not drinking until Benidorm. So there'll be no plain beer. If I was on a stag do, there's always a beer in the airport. And if it's flights like dinner time onwards and we're there from like 8 a.m, 9, there's a beer in the airport, right? I'm not, but this time I'm not going to have a beer in the airport. We shall be in Benidorm for we should be at our hotel for 11 a.m. So that's early enough. Convincing myself I am, Neil. Anyway, so no alcohol, and it does help. It helps me massively. It helps me massively because, you know, I'm within my ideal deficit, 336 calories, which is only a couple of pints depending on what you're drinking. So anyway, yeah, there we are. That's my weekly calories. But I am not going to sugarcoat it. It was flipping tough to stick to that. But I have done. So it's all good. Hopefully this week will be easier. It should be easier. Getting back into that routine. Right, so we go through some eating bits. I need to write this down for my editing just to make it easier. There's no fancy editing on these vlogs. There's no like, oh, we'll flip to this and oh, we'll flip to that. Transition into this, and no, I just record it, chop the beginning off, chop the end off, add my pictures in, and we'll get at it. Right, what time are we on? It's normally when I look at my watch sometimes and it goes, oh, you've not pressed record, Neil. I have pressed record. Right, we're all right. Okay. Let's get into this eating. Let's see, did I put my tips and tricks? So what are the tips and tricks to control eating? Lots of protein, lots of fibre, lots of water. Obviously, I don't log that on here. Keep busy and volume. Those are the biggest tips, really. You know, get that into your day-to-day eating. Right, so last Monday, I wasn't going to have breakfast, but I ended up having breakfast. I ended up having a mini PhD smart bar for 120 calories. One of my favourite protein bars, the peanut choc one. And then I had, if you bought this month's Bossy protein box, the Kind crunchy peanut butter bar. I really like Kind bars. They don't have the most protein in them because they're a natural protein bar. You're basically getting the protein from things like nuts and seeds and stuff like that in them. Really, really good. So I had half one of them and a PhD bar for 226 calories. My lunch was... I made. How long would you leave something in the fridge before eating it? I'm not saying I'm naughty with this, but I pushed the boundaries. So I made a cottage pie on the Tuesday, and I had about a third of the filling left over, which was in a sealed box in my fridge. So that I made that Tuesday afternoon, evening. So it had been in there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I ate it Monday for my dinner. That's fine, isn't it? So I had that Monday, and I put this on my Instagram, social media, a full bag of sprouts. Again, volume. I'll put the pictures on. There should be some pictures on of it. So I had the inside of my cottage pie. Inside, sounds a bit wrong. No, but anyway, basically the filling, no mash. 200 grams of sprouts, which I absolutely love them or rate them. I love sprouts. If you don't like sprouts now, just do this. So try this, and if you still don't like them, then you don't like them. But boiled sprouts, get a pan of boiling water, add a bag of sprouts, like the ones from Aldi are like pre-ready to go. You don't need to trim or anything. Whack them in. 5 minutes in a pan of boiling water. Take them out, let them go cold. Cut them in half, and then a smidge of oil in a good non-stick pan. Smidge of oil. Right? Smidge of oil in a good non-stick pan. Try and save a little smidge of your sprout water as well. Something I never thought I'd ever say, but try and save. Anyway, a little smidge of oil in a good non-stick pan. Chop up some smoked bacon medallions, right? Very low calorie, good bit of protein. Dice them up, small bits, into that pan. Little good non-stick pan, tiny drizzle of oil in there. Pan fry the bacon off till it's crispy. And what you'll get is, if you buy like bacon medallions, they tend not to be the best. You know, they're not dry cured, they're wet cured, right? Which means you get like that liquid that comes out of them a little bit. That's all right. It's all salt. It's all flavour, right? And that'll stick to the bottom of your pan a little bit. Then add your sprouts in with a little bit of that sprout water, and that'll kind of deglaze the bottom of the pan, and all that flavour from the bacon will coat the sprouts. Pan fry them off a little bit, add a little knob of butter, keep pan frying them, get a little bit of colour on the sprouts, then try them. Great, absolutely. So I could just eat a bowl of them without even thinking about it, but really good on a roast dinner or something like that. That will take sprouts to the next level. There you go, cooking with the real lost balls. Anyway, add that, and I had some beetroot on there as well. 639 calories for a ridiculous amount of food. Probably like 600-700 grams volume of food. Superb. Tea time. I'm having this again for my tea tonight because I absolutely love it. Cheeseburger salad, lettuce, red onion. Zhuzh your salad up. Please don't eat boring salad. I've probably said this loads. Don't eat boring salad. Right? Don't eat boring salad. No need to. Lettuce, onion. Today's salad will be lettuce, onion, cucumber, Parmesan shavings. We're in Parmesan shavings, just from Aldi. 10 grams of those, like 40 calories, and add so much flavour. And some pickled red onion, pink onions from Aldi. That's the base of my salad. I'll then do a little bit of light mayonnaise, just a drizzle of that over the top. Couple of burgers, diced up on top. Low-fat cheese slices, crispy onions. I made some croutons using the Aldi protein thins. And there you go. And I don't know what sauce I had. Oh, burger sauce over the top. There you go. That is my cheeseburger salad. Right, 711 calories. Absolutely. Like, I'm not saying it's like, you know, you think calories, you think salad low calorie. No, but that is a full bowl of goodness and a lot of volume for 700 calories. You can make it less calories. The one I make for Rachel's, about 500 calories because she doesn't I've got 2 burgers. She'll have a burger and a half. And I actually used the full, when I'm making a cheeseburger salad because I want flavour, I actually use the full fat burgers. I don't use 5% fat burgers. I only really use them if I'm doing burger buns. Anyway, there you go. And then I had a Muller Light yogurt after that, and I had a bag of crisps and a grenade bar. So that was, what was that whole day's eating? 2,135 calories. So this is what I'm going to tick off. I'll have a look. I'm not going to pin any of this stuff in the video, but this was 176 grams of protein for the day. Tick, loads of protein, helps with your hunger. 37 grams of fibre for the day. Tick, loads of fibre, helps with your hunger. 2,135 calories, so well within my calories, banking calories. That is, for me personally, a very good day of eating. Tuesday, lunch, I had my surreal cereal, my last little bit. I need to order some more with loads of raspberries, loads of blueberries on it. Again, getting that volume up there. So I had 80 grams of surreal cereal. Did I? No, I had 90 grams of surreal cereal and 100 grams of fruit. So adding that fruit in for less than 40 calories, double. So 90 grams of surreal cereal, 345 calories. 90 grams of fruit, 100 grams of fruit, over doubled the volume in that bowl, or, you know, for 40 calories. So loads of fruit in there. Absolutely lovely. And some semi-skim milk. Lunch, I had, cheesy beans. I did these on a video. They were the Heinz Cathedral City beans. Check out the last Worth the Calories video I did. I think it's number 4. I reviewed them on there. So I had them with protein thins and some eggs. So I did 3 halves of protein thin, cheesy beans on each one, and an egg on each one. I think I did a video, a picture. You'll see. Anyway, mid-afternoon. This is where the snacking started. And I had 336 calories of snacks, and I wouldn't normally have that much in the afternoon, but I was struggling a little bit. And I had half a kind bar on Monday for my breakfast. I had the other half. I had a caramel Snacker Jack. I had a JNCK Bakery, half a cookie, which they were sent to me. They're not like a big make or anything. They were sent to me from Instagram for free. Really, really nice. I had a couple of them. I had one of them, excuse me. And a Mother Light yogurt. That was my afternoon snacks, 336 calories. Tea was Heinz American style burger sauce. Protein thins. I did I did the same salad but with chicken tenders rather than, I don't know why I've got burger sauce in there. I didn't have burger sauce. I think I've just copied my cheeseburger salad. I just copied the cheese, just for ease of tracking. I copied the cheeseburger salad into the next day, and then I just took out the burgers and put in chicken tenders. But I had the same salad. Absolutely love it. And I had that salad for my lunch actually on Saturday. Again, did I take a picture? I have no idea, but if I have, I'll post it. 652 calories for that one because the chicken tenders less calories than the burgers I used. And then snacks at night time, I had half a Mars protein cookie, half a Grenade Oreo bar, and a bag of crisps. I allowed myself a bag of crisps pretty much every night last week just to try and keep, because I knew I'd be craving like things like that. So I thought, no, just build it into your calories and allow yourself one. So I did in January, February, a bag of crisps every day for the whole of January, whole of February, and it really helped me stay on track. Anyway, Wednesday, didn't have breakfast Wednesday, did a TikTok live, went straight to the gym. Skipped breakfast just to save a few calories, really. Anyway, lunch, I did... Does anyone have a cupboard? I did mention this on my lives. So we've got a cupboard where basically I could just eat out of that cupboard for the next 6 months. Now, I'm not saying it'd be the most healthiest nutrition. It's like you buy stuff and it just goes in that cupboard. And we root through that cupboard. And to be honest with you, we tend to do it every 6 months. And anything that's got a decent date on it that we've not eaten, we'll drop off at a local food bank. Actually, it wasn't that bad, but I went through a little obsession January, February of buying different random noodles because I'm really into my ramen noodle pots, and I used you've seen them before, they're up there, I'm not going to get them, the kimchi. Oh, there's one here. Here it is. I knew there was one knocking about somewhere. So I got a bit of an obsession with these, which I get from Costco, because they're absolutely amazing. They're 350 calories a pot. Really spicy because I love spice, and they're just flavoured soup base, Oriental style noodle and spicy flavoured soup base, so basically perfect for a ramen. And then I just went through a habit of buying loads of noodles and just never ate them. So I am sort of working my way through my noodle stack. I think I found something like 25 packets of noodles, and I am going to eat them. Ones I'm not going to eat, I like to say, we'll be shipped off to a food bank. But anyway, so I had the ramen noodle bowl using Coca chicken and onion flavoured noodles. Lovely. Chicken breast, sweet corn, broccoli, my standard sort of ramen noodle bowl, as it were. I don't even know if that is a ramen, but it's just what I call it. Anyway, afternoon snacks, I had a protein yogurt drink. So I was doing it for my... I had a packet of Rocket Racers, a protein yogurt drink, and a garlic and herb chicken sausage. Why? because I was reviewing all those for a worth the calories video, so I just had those as my afternoon snacks. Tea on Wednesday, that was 317 calories my afternoon snacks. Oh, my ramen bowl was 665 calories. I didn't even say my protein, did I, for Tuesday? Let me just nip back. 169 grams of protein and 45 grams of fibre on Tuesday. Tick, tick. Volume's all right. So I'm just going through this because I'm like, if my protein and fibre was low, I'm like, well, that's probably why you were struggling with your hunger. Other than that, it's just psychological. Anyway, Wednesday night, I did posh cottage pie. I call it posh cottage pie because Rachel doesn't like mince, so I get stewing steak instead of mince. I think it's the same thing, it's just not ground up. Anyway, stewing steak. So, yeah, made cottage pie. Again, loads of veggies with it. Working on that volume. Absolutely delicious. That whole plate of food there is 711 calories. And that's with 90 calories worth, 30 grams of mozzarella on top of the cottage pie. Do you put cheese on your cottage pie or not? Rachel likes it. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not really that fussed, but I did it this time. It was nice. So if I not put that on, it was like 620 calories for all that food. It was wintry last week. It was cold. Winter equals stodge. Stodge can be such low calorie eating. Love it. So that was my cottage pie, loads of veggies, 711 calories. And then evening snacks. Oh, I had an ice cream Mars after. Again, I was trying to, during the week, trying to put some treats in, again, to keep cravings at bay. And it kind of worked because I did control my calories. I just found it quite tough. So I had an ice cream Mars after, well, a Titan, you know, an Aldi Jupe, after my tea, and then a bag of crisps and a grenade bar at night time, or half of one. We normally get two types of protein bar, and half is up me and Rach. Thursday, again, from my Boss Your Protein box, September's box. You can pre-order October's box now if you want to go grab it. Get a box full of different protein goodies. And there was a Go Fitness protein double chocolate protein waffle in there. About 200 calories, 10 grams of protein. Good base for a breakfast. Anyway, I tried it the day before a little bit. Anyway, I ate it for my breakfast on Thursday, with some yogurt on top. So I just pinged it in the microwave, 20 seconds, just warm it up. Bit of yogurt on top, blueberries, raspberries, honey. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I used half of one of the Aldi protein yogurts with the cereal balls on top. I used half the yogurt for my breakfast, and then I had the other half of yogurt mid-afternoon with the cereal balls. Anyway, breakfast was 349 calories. Lunch, back in with the old ramen bowl. Basically virtually the same, except instead of using chicken and onion noodles, I just used chicken. 665 calories. Afternoon snacks, that other half of yogurt with the cereal balls in. And then I also had a Muller Lite yogurt. I like Muller Lights. I know they get a bad rep, and I know a lot of people have PTSD around them because of Slimming World and they were sin-free and everyone was guzzling them like they were going out of fashion. But they're decent. And Aldi's own are 76 calories, and it gives you, it's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit something extra, you get a bit of protein in there. 76 calories for 8 grams of protein. Can't really go too wrong. Thursday night tea, gammon, egg and chips. Look at that plate, gammon, egg and chips. There is gammon on there, I promise you. 782 calories, 200 grams of lean gammon, 2 eggs, 300 grams of air-fried chips. Got peas on there and portobello mushrooms. I love mushrooms. They are honestly, and I'll say this a million times, they are such a cheat code. Those 2 big mushrooms there, literally air fry, the lowest heat you can get in your air fryer for 10 minutes, right? Take them out, season with a bit of salt, add a smidge, like 2 or 3 grams of butter into the middle, you know, on top of the stalk. Back in the air fryer, lowest heat you can do again for another 10 minutes. They are awesome. And like, even with butter on, 2 of those mushrooms with a bit of butter on, like, you're talking like 50 calories. It's nothing. Anyway, gammon, egg and chips for me tea. Bag of crisps, add a packet of Rocket Races. Pickled onion ones, nah. Beef ones are actually decent. I've changed my mind a little bit on them. Oh, after my tea, I had a Swizzles drumstick squashies. I love squashies. I don't like sweets. Not a sweet person at all. Into, you know, like Haribo's and stuff like that. But squashies are one sweet I can go with. Anyway, the Swizzles drumstick squashes. Well, again, trying to build a couple of like bit of sugary things in just to keep cravings away. 63 calories, lovely. So I had one of them after my tea, and then a grenade bar and a bag of Rocket Racers at night time. 201 grams of protein on Thursday, 33 grams of fibre. So I'm ticking all the boxes. So there's nothing more. Looking at this now, I'm like, was my volume down? No, I've eaten loads of food. Was my protein down? No, I've had loads of protein. Was my fibre down? So the fact, is there anything more I could have done to control my hunger last week? Not really. I just had to run with it a little bit. And I did, you know, the rest was down to willpower. Unfortunately, you need it. I say unfortunately, it shouldn't be unfortunate. You need willpower. If you want to have a successful weight loss journey, yeah, you need willpower. I don't care what anyone says. You need to sum up. Now, the way you lose weight will determine how much willpower you need. The way I coach weight loss, all the details in my description if you want to come on plan. If you subscribe to my YouTube, you get a permanent discount off my one-to-one plan. All right, as a thank you for, you know, I'm trying to build up my YouTube at the moment. So if you're following this video, read the description. There's a discount code in there to get onto my one-to-one plan for a bit cheaper than normal. Friday protein pancakes. I'm having these once a week now. We've just because I'm watching my calories a little bit, and they are pretty calorific. Now, don't get me wrong, I just make my calories in my other meals a bit less during the day if I have my protein pancakes. But 555 calories for that badger there. A couple of banana protein pancakes, yogurt protein powder mixed in, you know the drill. Honey, lots of fruit, chia seeds, and peanut butter. Peanut butter that makes it. It's 20 grams of peanut butter on there, which is 121 calories. If I whip the peanut butter off, you're just over 400 calories. And you don't need the peanut butter, but I bloody love the stuff. So it's not a great source of protein. It's bloody calorific, but it tastes amazing. And I'll, you know, if I want to have it, I'll build it into my calories, but just be very wary of it. Dinner was, I had the Aldi Carlos protein meat feast pizza. I've posted a snippet of the review on my TikTok. I'll post it on Reels actually today, but tomorrow will be a worth the calories video. And I'll do a longer review. And I've also now acquired the cheeseburger pizza, and I'm going to do a couple of other protein bits and pieces as well. Afternoon snack was, I just had a fun-sized bag of Maltesers. Again, I did some content about Halloween trick-or-treat bags, great for portion control. And the Malteser ones are sensational. 98 calories, 10 Maltesers, fancy a bit of a sweet treat. I just had them in the afternoon. I had dinner a bit later, I think, on Friday. So I didn't need anything too proteiny based mid-afternoon. Tea, Friday night. What have we got here? Oh, do you know what? I did my first piece of brisket. I overcooked it, but it still tasted all right. I did my first piece of brisket in my smoker, my Ninja pizza oven, but on the smoking setting. Yeah, I overcooked it. I did it for just over 3 hours. I think 2 would have been enough because it was quite dry. It was, you know, it carved all right. It wasn't chewy or anything. It was just a bit dry. It could have done with a bit more juice in it. You know, when you watch like these American programs, they pull these massive piece of brisket out. Kind of wanted it like that. It wasn't like that. So it needed a bit less. But anyway, so we did like an American barbecue theme. So there's a new mac and cheese out at Aldi, the Gastro mac and cheese. It's 800 calories for one. But I think that's meant to be a meal. Anyway, me and Rach had our feet, did some smoked brisket, corn on the cob, a little bit of garlic bread. I wanted cornbread. You know, I was trying to do like a southern barbecue thing, but I have no idea where you get cornbread from in the UK. I'm sure there is a place. Let me know in the comments if you know. That was 950 calories. That was quite a calorific plate of tea, but it was flipping lovely. And then evening, I had another Rocket Racers and a grenade bar. So we were on 2,408 calories, 161 grams of protein, 36 grams of fibre. So, yeah, looking at that, yeah, I struggle with my eating Monday to Friday. Felt hungry quite a lot of the time, but I can't really have done any more. I don't think. Maybe a few more veggies somewhere, maybe. I don't know. Let's have a look at my evening meal. Evening meals is when I tend to load up veg. So 2 big salads, so plenty there. Cottage pie, tons of veg there. Thursday night, loads of peas, loads of mushrooms there. And then, you know, there's a great big corn on the cob. Maybe could have had a bit more volume on that on that tea on Friday. Maybe, I don't know. No, I'm looking too deep into it. I'm all good. If I'm eating loads of fibre and I'm eating I'm all good, you know. It is what it is. Right, Saturday, the fun bit. This was like, yes, food freedom, a bit more food freedom, a few more calories. Let's get my munch on. Did my spin Saturday morning and just had a white choc chip brownie and some strawberries afterwards. Those white choc chip brownies from My Protein, I actually quite like them. They are a bit dry, they are a bit powdery. I'm not going to like say they're the best protein thing in the world. I quite like them. If you have a protein product that you find a bit dry, a bit powdery, nuke it in the microwave. Those, if you cut it in half, they're 308 calories for 22.5 grams of protein. If you whack it in half or whack it into quarters and put 2 quarters in a bowl, microwave it 20-30 seconds just to warm it up, and add a bit of low calorie, you know, protein ice cream with it, they are lovely. That generally mean that they're decent. Eating them, you know, raw dogging one just like that straight out of the packet, not the best. Yeah, but I literally had a bite and then a bite of a strawberry, and it was sensational. And I just needed to I wanted to get a good bit of protein in. I wanted to get some carbs in after my session, and it just worked. It's just something I had in the change room. Anyway, 338 calories for breakfast. At lunch, I had the chicken salad that I made on the Tuesday night. I had virtually the same thing. Again, loads of volume. Afternoon snacks on Saturday. I had a little mini Twix bar. I had 30 grams of dry roasted peanuts. I had a bag of beef rocket races. And I had a Muller Light yogurt for 500 calories. Saturday night, probably one of my favourite takeaways is a chippy tea. I absolutely love a chippy tea. So I got fish chips and peas, which I tracked as 1,300 calories. I then also had a slice and a half of white bread and butter to make a little chip butty. So 1,500 calories in total for that. After tea, oh my God, these are just, they light my life up. There's nothing wrong with admitting certain foods that aren't healthy light your life up. I love cheesecake. I'm a cheesecake fanatic. These English, I don't think I took a picture of them, but I'll put a picture of the box up. English Cheesecake Company vanilla with Lotus Biscoff cheesecake bites. I had 3 bites. You can literally eat them straight out the freezer. So if you have them straight out the freezer, it's kind of a bit ice creamy, but as you're chewing them, they melt quite quickly and just turn into cheesecake in your mouth. Yes, if you're not foaming at the mouth like that, then there's something wrong with you. I absolutely love them. They're amazing. And we rooted them out the freezer, so I had 3 of those, 471 calories. We then got this. Again, I've not got a picture of it. I don't know if I'm going to find a picture of it. Home Bargains Party Mix prawn cocktail. Right? You literally get a bag like that. But it is a corn snack, so it's dead light. So you just feel you're getting way more. 125 gram bag for about 500 calories for the whole bag. So me and Rachel split it. We had half a bag on Saturday, half a bag yesterday. But you just feel like you're getting so many crisps, and they're lovely. If I can find a picture of them, Golden Cross Party Mix prawn cocktail flavour. Oh, potato snack. They're not a corn snack. They are a potato snack, but they're not like they're not like a proper crisp, if that makes sense. Anyway, I had quarter one of them. Had some fun size Maltesers. Had another bag of the beef Space Raiders, and then had a little Milky Way. So, 3 pieces of the cheesecake bites, some crisps and chocolate. It was Saturday night. We're having a film night, a little bit of a treat night. So, 889 calories after my chippy tea. So, 2,700 calories consumed on Saturday. 167 grams of protein. Still 34 grams of fibre. All good. And then yesterday, last bit, standard for breakfast on a Sunday is always sugary cereal. Crunchy Nut cornflakes. Absolutely bloody love Crunchy Nut cornflakes. 100 grams Crunchy Nut cornflakes, 175 grams of milk, 483 calories. Then went to Lidl. Why has Lidl gone rubbish? It's gone absolutely, like, I've been in twice in the last month, and it's just gone downhill. Always used to argue with Lidl and Aldi, like, what's better? There's just no comparison. Like Lidl Bakery is just sensational. It's one of the best things in the world, right? And I got one of the Lidl Bakery sandwich baguettes, and I also got an almond croissant and a cheese twist. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, right? But Lidl used to have some. I find it's like the fruit and veg was always as fresh as like Tesco. I always used to find. I thought the fruit and veg. Now that's gone downhill. Everything yesterday was soft or at same sort of dates as Aldi, really. So I was like, well, that's not any better. and it just looked a mess. I don't know. There was just stuff everywhere. It didn't like you felt like you were in an Aldi 10 years ago. You know when Aldi used to have pallets of food and it used to be like now Aldi feels like a proper supermarket, doesn't it? It's just, Aldi. Anyway, there you go. That's my review of Lidl. Lidl Bakery still elite. So anyway, for lunch we went to Lidl at like 10 o'clock. Otherwise, the bakery's been absolutely ransacked like plague of locusts. If you go to our local Aldi, at like 11 o'clock, half 11 on a Sunday, it's like the bakery's been decimated. And that's why I wanted to go to Lidl. The bakery's number one. So anyway, I got one of the cheese twists. I don't know if you've had one. They're amazing. 400 calories. Had that on the way home in the car. And then got one of the sandwich baguettes and had some bacon rashers, bacon medallions on there. So I had a bacon butty. 618 calories. They're 330 calories. Oh, do you know what? I'm lying there. I am lying. I'm not going to change it. But I didn't have rashers of bacon. Is what I put in. I had bacon medallions. So I put in 288 calories of bacon and I actually had 120. So I'm actually 160 calories better off. But there will be something that I've not quite got 100%. So I'm not going to change it. Anyway, bacon baguette. And then after my dinner, I had, yesterday was carb day. I had a carb baby at like 8 o'clock last night. My stomach was out here. Don't get me wrong, it just is what it is. It's gone this morning-ish. I've still carried a bit of water from it, but that'll be gone in a couple of days. But yeah, yesterday was sponsored by carbohydrates. I like days like that. I'm 4 days like that. So, I had an almond croissant afterwards. Mid-afternoon, I had a bag of crisps and we did some like bake in the oven cookies, like frozen cookie dough and then baked them in the oven. So I had one of them, 204 calories. Tea last night, I made back on the old pizza front, Northern Dough Pizza Company pizza. So I get the Northern Dough pizza, standard pizza dough, 75 grams of pizza sauce, 75 grams of mozzarella, 730 calories, and it's a delicious pizza, which is what Rachel's is. I'll put both pizzas up. But then I had my toppings, so I added some ham, I added some pepperoni, I added some prosciutto, sweet corn and red onion, 964 calories for my pizza. Then I had another cookie afterwards I didn't take a picture of it. I got one of the little 150 calorie pots of Haagen-Dazs you can get. I had another cookie with a little pot of Haagen-Dazs and some squirty cream. And then last night in bed, we did finished off that party mix crisps and had another little bit of choc. I had a Tunnels caramel. I didn't have a Tunnels caramel wafer. Rachel was craving a Tunnels caramel wafer. We got Lidl's dupe of him. Really good. Anyway, 3,600 calories consumed yesterday. Probably a bit less with that mess up with the bacon, but like I say, I probably missed something else out. Just 128 grams of protein yesterday. I told you it was carb based, but 28 grams of fibre, so not bad at all. There you go. That's my week's eating. So looking back at that, nice little analyse. I feel like Monday to Friday I did everything I could to control my eating. Lots of protein, lots of fibre. I was drinking lots of water. It just is what it is. Let's see what this week. Let's hope this week is easier. Right. Let's get this wrapped up in the next few minutes. I feel like I have been droning on. Let's just quickly go through some movement. So steps were all right last week, to be honest with you. I've had a bit of issues with my knee and my hip. It's just been plain. Do you know what? I went to Edinburgh last weekend. And did loads of steps on the Thursday and Friday. I had no issues. This week I've chilled my steps out a little bit. In like on a day-to-day basis, I had no days where I've done loads of steps. And my knee and my hip on my right side have been an absolute burk. They've done my head in. But anyway, it is what it is. I've just had to get my head down. So did over 10,000 steps, but quite an even run. Did over 10, but didn't have any days where I did ridiculous amount of steps. I think the most I did in a day was like 11,000, 11,500. So nice and steady, but over 10,000 Monday to Saturday. And then yesterday, I think I did 8,500, which was still all right, and an average of 10,500 over a week. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not at that 11,000 number, but I actually haven't been since I started doing my spin class back in August. Excuse me, Windy Pops. Do you know what I did notice though, or I have noticed this week? I looked at my resting heart rate. My resting heart rate in July, because I don't really do any intense cardio. I do cardio in the gym. I jump on the cross trainer, you know that. But I don't do intense cardio. I haven't done pre-August. My resting heart rate in July was 58 beats per minute, which he's probably the highest it's been for a while, if I'm being honest with you. He's still good. Anything under 60 is good. When I was PTing and moving ridiculous amounts, it was like late 40s, early 50s. Anyway, in August, I was spinning and my average resting heart rate, I got back into my spin class just once a week, and my average resting heart rate in August was 54. So it dropped. And this week, this month, I don't know what it is this month, I've not looked at it, but gone from 58 to 54. And then when I scan back over the year, it's that 54 is the lowest it's been all year. Coincidence? In fact, I've started doing a bit more intense cardio and the old resting heart rate, which means I'm fitter. Anyway, there you go. Right, let's do exercises. What have we got? Let's do weights and cross trainer first. So weights, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is standard. Wednesday did a very, very light leg session, which is why I've only done 125 calories. And I think that's possibly why I never train legs. And then I get a bit like, oh, my knee's good, my hips are good. So I go and do a little light leg session. And I think that's what's irritating my hip Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then obviously battering it with spin on Monday. But it is what it is. It feels fine this morning. Like I say, it was really good. I think it was probably just doing that. And like I say, I did 125. I only did 20 minutes. I did 20 minutes, really light legs. And the reaction is, so I think I just need to knock training legs on the head and just rely on doing the spin, doing the cross trainer, keeping my legs kind of going, as it were. Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, I think I might have done more cross trainer, I don't know. But anyway, smashed the weights Thursday, Friday. Buzzing with that. Maybe I did a few more weights and less cross trainer. Where's my cross trainer? Neil, what have you done there? I don't know. Right, let's get that. Right, yeah, cross trainer. So I had a cross trainer every day last week. I did more. It looks like I did a little bit more cross trainer Monday, Tuesday, and a bit less weights, and then a bit less maybe Thursday, Wednesday. I've got 2 cross trainers on Wednesday. I didn't do cross trainer. Right. So I didn't do cross trainer Thursday. I did 2 bouts Wednesday. So I must have done cross trainer 20 odd minutes. Then gone and done my light legs for 20 minutes and then jump back on the cross trainer for 10 minutes, something like that. I always do a bit more. I think that's what I'm going to do now. I'm not going to do any leg training. I'm going to do stretching of my joints, of my leg joints on Wednesdays and just do cardio. And then, hit the cross trainer. And then I'll just ping up my spin session. This is my spin session from Saturday, 584 calories. I actually got it started a little bit late. It should have another 3 or 4 minutes on there, to be honest with you. But average heart rate, 147 beats per minute, 584 calories. Yeah, just a really nice workout. Lots of sweating going on. And as you can see there, I did 36 minutes timer on my watch, 584 calories. This is the difference between lifting weights. If I lifted weights for 36 minutes, if I can get it up to 360 calories. So when you do intense cardio, it does burn more calories, but that's because your heart rate. But my heart rate never went above 165. I'm going to put a bit more. I'm going to do a new spin playlist for Saturday, so I'll be working out a little bit harder. Right, that's it. That's it for this week. Anything to say? Not really. And it was a bit like a Groundhog Week again. But yeah, I just struggled to control my eating. I'm just hoping that's going to be easier this week. Also, I go away again 2 weeks on Saturday, and that's the last one for the year. So I'm just kind of like, I've just got to keep it reined in till then. Like I say, I'm not drinking alcohol, which massively helps me when it comes to controlling my calories. I'm not consuming calories, and alcohol's just a nightmare. But what I would do, if I drink alcohol at the weekend, I tend to compromise a bit of my eating, or I try to, certainly on a Saturday. So Saturday there in the afternoon, I had 500-600 calories, I think, of snacks. I wouldn't have that if I was on a few beers. Kind of, I'd probably have a smaller tea as well. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not drinking for the next few weeks. So it means I can really get my head down and get into the journey. Check in on Friday, so I'll post that next Monday. Look out this week on YouTube. I'm going to have a lot of new content coming out, I think. I'm going to try anyway, see how time goes. But I'm going to try and get quite a bit of new content out. And all of my other channels and all this and the other. Right, that's it. You've heard me enough. I'm probably boring you now. Keep a lookout. Thank you for following. If you don't subscribe, make sure you subscribe. Until next time, whatever you're tuning in on, make sure you boss your weight loss.